when Nick last spoke to you, Arsenal would come off the back of that fairly poor December run, looking to bounce back against Crystal
Yeah,
Palace.
that's
Well,
right.
bounce back is one word you could put it. They've absolutely blitzed every single opponent they've had. Just again, they're now back top of the league. Just talk
Yeah.
through their chances for the rest of the season.
Well, look, they've got every chance. I make the bookmakers right, how they've priced it. Is Man City favourites, Liverpool second favourites, Arsenal outsiders out of the three. I do agree that is the right decision, but that could easily change the next game against Man City. And we all know they got beat pretty comfortably last year, if I'm being honest. Arsenal and Man City, so that's the big game. Liverpool have one eye on it as well. So, well, we could do with a draw there. We win our game, suddenly we're top of the league again. So I think it's going to be like that the whole season now. Arsenal have still got some tricky games. I think Tottenham and Villa could play a big top part. I know they only drew 1-1 yesterday, Villa, but they're going for that top four as well, top five. But all three teams play Tottenham and all three teams play Villa still. So they could have a little bit of a part in it. Arsenal probably got the hardest game because they're going to the Tottenham Stadium. And it's a North London derby, which is a little bit more spicy as usual. But look, I'm really pleased how they're playing. It's fantastic to see the youngsters really stepping up now. And people always said that we need a striker. Yes, we do need a striker, but other guys are chipping in with goals now, which is so important. Trossard, Havertz, Saka, Martinelli, other guys popping up with a few here and there. Declan Rice is getting on the score sheet as well. So that's what you need if you're going to be, because you can't rely on one man up front to score you the goals. You've got to spread it around the team, which they're doing very well at the moment.
And the next game for Arsenal is obviously Manchester City. How do you see that panning out now that Arsenal haven't played since that Champions League match against Porto? Now they've got 2 weeks off, and City.
Yeah, it's not ideal sometimes. It's not ideal. We know that. You look at the situation, and sometimes you want the break. Certain clubs want the break. Who's got injuries and need to get players back in. Other teams are flying and really good form, don't want the break. And it's come at a bad time probably for Arsenal. If I'm being honest, they probably needed to keep playing, but that's football. No one can judge that. No one at the start of the season, you don't go, well, hopefully we're winning games and there's an England break and it will muck us all up. You just got to get on with it, I'm afraid. But that is a massive game now, huge game for Arsenal's point of view. I mean, going to the Etihad is always very, very difficult with the players they have. But they've just got to go there, believe they can do it. Defence has got to play well. I think they've got to be solid. I mean, the fullback might not have to keep going on. They might have to play as a solid back four and let the guys in front of them get on with it. But it's always a tricky place to go. Haaland, Saliba, and Gabriel have got to sort him out. Then you look at every round the pitch, you're going to have individual battles where you've got to win probably 6 of them out of 5, and then you've got a chance of winning the game. So that's the hard bit. If you can do that, then you hopefully can get a result. But I said before, if you can get a point at the Etihad, that'd be a really, really good point away from home. Anything more than that, a win would be absolutely unbelievable. And I'm sure Arsenal will be put favourites to win it, or Liverpool probably put favourites to win it if they do slip up and Arsenal beat them. But I still think City are the ones to beat for me. But Liverpool, Arsenal will be very, very close. I think it could go down to the last couple of games. I really do.
And obviously Bukayo, Saka, Phil Foden. I think you've probably spoken about this debate, about the world-class debate. Where do you see Bukayo and Phil in that discussion? Do you think Bukayo is world-class yet? Do you think Phil's world-class? What's your thoughts?
He's on his way to be world-class. I mean, it's a big thing to say world-class, but certainly potentially. If you can play, I think everybody looks at the international scene now, don't they? If he can be the best player in the Euros and the World Cups and be like the star man, again, you've got that world class status, haven't you? He's such a good player to watch, Foden. Way he develops, and everybody said he needs to go on loan, he needs to toughen up. But he's been learning off so many good midfielders over the years. If you look at the players they had, David Silva in that team when he was a youngster. You had De Bruyne, you had all these top Bernardo Silva. Now you've got all these top class players in that team. So he's learned off those guys, and you're learning off a great manager as well, Pep Guardiola. So he didn't really need to go on loan. They really looked after him as a youngster, and now they're getting the the bonuses of him playing well every week and playing every week. So Yeah, he's a great player. Saka's a great player as well, and I'm sure they will be world class very, very soon. And people around the world are now saying, "Look, these two youngsters are unbelievable." Saka, how many games he played for Arsenal now? I mean, I don't know, he's 200 or now. I think I'm sure something like that. He's only about 21, so just shows you how important he is for the team. And you know, Mikel Arteta can't really leave him out. If he's fit, he's got to play him. Simple as that. And Foden's getting that status now at Man City, which he probably didn't have that a couple of seasons ago.
Just one more from me.
Go on, last one, mate.
Yeah, before we wrap it up. Man City and Arsenal might even meet in the Champions League semi-finals, but they got to get past Bayern Munich first. Another draw against them.
No, it's not a bad draw, really. I mean, it could have been a worse draw. I'm like, when it all come out, and even if you get the winners of Arsenal, Bayern Munich, get one of the other guys on the other side, who's Barcelona, Dortmund, Atletico, it would be a decent draw there. But to get Man City or Real Madrid in the semi-final as well. It's good. Well, they're going to have to earn it. If they're going to get to that final, you've got to earn it. Every single team in that bit's got to earn it. Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, and Man City. And I think all those guys, all the directors who were there, were scratching their heads, going, "Oh, we didn't. You know, it could have been a lot better, the draw." But it is what it is. You look at FA Cup final draws as well, and third round, fourth round, fifth round. Certain clubs get certain clubs. Premier League clubs get Premier League clubs, which you don't want. So it's just what it is. But it should be a cracking game. First game's going to be at the Emirates, of course, against Bayern Munich. But you always worry, is Harry Kane going to, as much as he's gone to Bayern Munich, smashed it to pieces, really, which is a lot easier, if I'm being honest, as the defenders ain't that good. Will he be the man who sinks Arsenal in the Champions League? Which would be, I'm sure you guys will be waiting to write that story, I'm sure.
I'm sure we will, mate. Ray, thanks a lot.
Thanks. But look, I think Arsenal got over 2 legs. I think they can beat Bayern Munich. I think they give you a chance. They certainly, I'm not being rude, but Eric Dyer, Arsenal got a bit of pace up front, so they've got to use that sort of pace to hurt them. And I think they definitely score away from home, definitely. So I think they've just got to try and keep a clean sheet at home, try and get a couple of goals, start quickly. But look, they've got good experience. Muller, got Gretzky in midfield. You've got some top class players. Sane on the right hand side. He knows the Premier League as well. So it should be a cracking game. And Real Madrid, Man City, what a cracking game that'd be as well. Brilliant. That's where Bellingham. Let's see, can he score against Man City? That'd be interesting.